Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be a quick update on Bitcoin. I did a pretty in-depth analysis on last video, so if you haven't watched it, I would watch that video. Today's video is just going to be pretty much what is happening right now, because we've had a bounce and probably everybody's wondering, is this reversing? Is it not reversing? Is it going to roll over again? What's happening? So today I'm really just going to get into that. But if you're interested in knowing how to tell what the market's doing yourself and not have to rely on me or someone else to tell you what potentially may be happening in the market based on Elliott Wave or whatever system, we would love to have you in the Discord. The link is in the description below, and join and I will teach you my entire system so that you will know and not have to rely on anyone else. All right. Now I'm going to do this in a systematic order here because we kind of do have a little bit of a lot to talk about, but it's mostly about what's going on right here. Okay. So let's talk about if we're bouncing right now, okay, and what it could mean. Well, the first thing it could mean is that we created 3 waves to the upside, a zigzag 3 waves to the downside, and now we're going to get either a running flat, which hits resistance here, which would be a bearish correction, or it's going to push through and be a regular flat, which it could even go higher. Okay. But what it ends up being is a 3-wave move. So it would mean we have a zigzag for 3, we would get 3, and then we would get 5 or 3 to the downside. That is scenario 1. Now let's talk a little bit more about this. Say that we're not particularly reversing right now, and this is just a bounce. We have what we call the expanded B, and I have talked about this before. This move as a zigzag can come down to this 1.618. Now, on the Coinbase chart, this is lining up much better, and I guess I should have used that chart, right? It's actually lining up where this extension is right on that 1.618. So it kind of has me leaning that this is just a bounce, but we'll have to wait and see. If this is the case, and we come down and we roll over one more, and we can hold this area without coming down to the 2.236, we still have the potential to make this a 3, and then it bounces with either a running flat or it can get really big and come higher. Okay. And it's all going to depend on what we're doing here, and we're going to talk about that. What is the last option? The last option is that what we're actually doing here is we're making a 1, a 2. This is just a bounce. We're going to come down for 3, 4, 5. On log scale, we would be sitting in between the 618 and the 1-to-1, which wouldn't make any sense for this to be over. But on linear scale, the 2.236, where a fifth would hit, is coming in right to the 1-to-1. And what would that mean? It would mean that potentially this correction could be over with a 3-wave A, 3-wave B, 5-wave C to the 1-to-1. We would hold a higher low, and then we would have to get out of here in 5 waves. Nothing else. 5 waves. 5 impulsive waves. But it's pretty significant that that is lining up so perfectly there. But it is on linear. I wish that log and linear didn't exist, but unfortunately they do. Which one is correct? I cannot say. Can't say. All right. So let's look at this, because this is what matters. Okay. Let's get this stuff off here so we get a cleaner chart. So we've got this little bounce. Okay. Let's talk about it. Now, it's a little complex. I'm going to make it easy. We had 3-wave move, a 3-wave move, and a 3-wave move. I'm going to make that line small because that was our first move. Now we can connect it like this. 3-wave, 3-wave, 3-wave. This is how it can be corrective. How high can this go? It could come all the way up to here if it wants to. As an A, a B, and a C. Actually, it could go all the way up to here. And still be a C wave. Keep that in mind, guys, okay? But I wouldn't want it to do that. If it did that, we would be making this much more complicated. It would come way high, and then it would be more complicated. Then we'd have 3, then we'd have 3, and then we'd probably get another 3 down that would go into that expanded B pocket, and it just would be more complicated, and let's just hope that that doesn't happen, okay? Okay. So how can it be impulsive? So impulsive means that we bounced for 3 waves here, and then we came down in 5 to end it, to end this move. And this is the start of something. But what does this have to do to be the start of something? Right now, as it stands, to be the start of something, this has to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has to do this. And inside of here, and actually, when I think about it now, this 3 would get overextended. Because the only thing we could be making right now is what's called a 1-2, 1-2. Otherwise, it is going to be an ABC. And inside of here, this would be 1. We would come down for a 2 that would find support on top of this one. We would go up for 3, 4, 5. If this correction comes down and breaks this low, it is not a 1-2, 1-2. It has invalidated it. And it's become an A, a B, and a C, the bearish option. It has to hold this right here. It can't break it. It's a rule breaker. Okay? So if it's going to turn into a 1-2, 1-2, it cannot break that. Okay? And this is how it would do it. Got my waves a little funky there, but you get the idea. If it doesn't make the 1-2, 1-2, then it is just going to be a zigzag A, B, and it looks like it may get to the 1-to-1, 1.236, 1.382, something like that, into this prior fourth wave territory. ABC. Otherwise, 1-2, 1-2, it's going to find support, and it's going to blast off. It's pretty obvious where your stop needs to be here, guys. Not financial advice, but pretty obvious, right? Okay. So that's the gist of it. That's what it's got to do. If it doesn't, and it just makes ABC, we're coming back to the downside. Okay? And I'm still looking at this potential, if we do roll over, expanded B pocket hit right here. This is still on the table. It's just like the market to do it. Get everybody bearish. Break the low. Some charts it's already done it. But come down again. Everybody goes short. And guess what? Bam. And it makes 3, 3. And it gives you a sharp C to the upside. Be careful of this, guys. Okay? All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you understood it. Let me know in the comments. I tried to explain it as simple as I could, even though it is a little complicated. All right, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.